Lynn and me have been together a total of 33 years, married coming up for 30 in July. We'd gone up to the borders for the day. Everything was just perfect. I remember seeing 55 on the clock as I was coming to this crossroads, and I saw this blue and white Suzuki coming to my left, and he just slammed into us, and that were it.
Paul was left with significant injuries. His wife unfortunately died at the scene. He'd been through so much. My first priority was actually to go and see him in hospital, because I knew at that point it would take a long period of time to see Paul through the legal process and to explain to him what it was that we could do for him, to take away anxiety and stress at a time when he's coping with significant bereavement.
I remember just being, there was nothing there. I didn't burst out crying. I didn't initially. I didn't, scream or out like. I just trying to process that thought.
So the first thing we needed to do was to intimate the claim to the party at fault. And that just so happened to be AGEAS. AGEAS, in my opinion, are head and shoulders above most insurers, because what they do is they will put that claimant at the centre of the process rather than their policyholder. And they appointed John Mealy of DAC Beachcroft.
We arranged a very early attendance at the locus so that we could try to identify how this accident occurred.
There was a huge amount of cooperation. We agreed, for example, to jointly instruct an architect about housing.
So I'd done bits myself in readiness, but I thought, how do I manage at home? First of all, they've created this space from a bedroom and a kitchen, so it's a big kitchen now. A hob there which is electrically operated, and the sink behind you, that's the same.
So rather than duplicating and then fighting over it, we agreed the type of experts that we wanted to do. So big turning point, the instruction of PACE rehabilitation.
First ever steps.
PACE is a provider of rehabilitation services for people who have suffered life-changing injuries or illness in relation to mobility in particular. The first thing that needed doing actually was to get him upright and to get him stronger and to get him more stable and confident.
Right from the word go, it felt right. When I think I could only just get onto a couch, that's how weak I was.
I think Paul's case is a good example of the different parties coming together. There's not much adversity and adversarial kind of dealings between the parties. It is with Paul at the centre that we're all looking to provide the best possible outcome for him.
When they saw me, I was wheelchair shaped, and look at me now, I'm able to walk. So they offered me hope, and they've delivered.
We had shared goals, and that shared goal was to maximise Paul King's independence. It's a refreshing approach that I've enjoyed with motorcycle law. They see the victim as the most important person in all of this, and their job is to assist in the rehabilitation of the pursuer as quickly as possible and to work with people like myself rather than against them.
I won't hesitate in saying Brenda Mitchell. I'd recommend her every time. And of course she's a biker, Rod's a biker. Right away, why wouldn't you go with a law firm that actually understands from a biker's point of view?
We deal with individuals that have often life-changing injuries, and we've got the requisite experience and expertise and specialist knowledge to deal with that.